What's up, y'all? It's Glasgow here. And first off, let me start by saying this. You ain't got to like nothing. You ain't got to comment. You ain't got to subscribe. I ain't got no Patreon. And I damn sure ain't trying to sell y'all nothing. I'm just trying to drop this experience and knowledge that I have on y'all in hopes that you'll take a little bit of it and become the best version of yourself. That's really all I want. So I have one request from you. Just listen to this information with an open mind, and it'll help you out. And in this video, I'm going to show you exactly why semen retention will help you stand out from the crowd. So without further ado, let's get into it. And first off, let's cover some basics. The process of semen retention is firstly you retaining that life force energy, then you reabsorb that life force energy, and then ultimately you repurpose that energy into something greater like a goal. I mean, seriously, you guys really just don't understand the power of your semen or your life force energy. When one of your little soldiers swims his little way into the girl, guess what happens? A baby is made, a new life is created. That's just one way of it being powerful, but on top of that, your sperm cannot be replaced, and let me explain. Even with all the technological and medical advances that we have made in this world, what is naturally inherent to you cannot be replaced. Think about it. We're close to self-driving cars. We got artificial intelligence that can beat the best chess player in the world. We're really far advanced when it comes to technology. Hell, they've even come up with different workarounds for women to have babies. You got babies that are being manufactured in artificial wombs. You got girls freezing their eggs and doing all this type of stuff. They're being really creative, and they have a lot of technological advancements when it comes to being able to create a life, but they cannot recreate your sperm. Have you ever heard of that? Have you ever heard of them giving fake sperm to a girl and a baby is being made? They can't do it. Guys, what you have is very powerful and unique. Take care of it. Use it with caution. Use it with responsibility. Now let's dive on into how semen retention will make you different. You will lead the league in energy. Now, I've said this in multiple videos, and guess what? I will continue saying it. You can't do anything in this world without energy. Nothing. Zero, nada. And to piggyback on top of that, besides time, energy, I think is the second most important factor into your success. You're going to stand out because all the other men have been draining their dicks, draining their energy, walking around like zombies, not going towards their purpose or their goal. But you, on the other hand, you're gonna be walking around with your chest up, chest proud, full of energy, bright eyes, bright smile. You're gonna have it. You're gonna look different, and you're gonna stand out from the crowd. You become a man of action. It used to be back in the day, people had to walk their talk. Hell, it used to be back in the day that people had to walk before they talk. But in this day and age, with social media and everybody being on it, more people do a lot more talking than they actually do walking. I mean, seriously, people would rather make a post about doing the work to make it look like they did the work instead of actually doing the work. Where they do that? What kind of shit is that? When you're on semen retention, you're gonna be locked in and you're gonna be focused on those goals. And you're not just gonna be talking about it or tweeting about it. You're gonna be actually going out there and doing it. The bottom line is you are gonna walk the talk. And in a world where everyone does the exact opposite, man, you gonna stand out. You break your addiction to dopamine. While the whole world is glued to their phone, getting those instant hits of dopamine, whether that's on social media or rubbing one off to Pornhub, the average person just cannot do anything. They cannot operate unless they have that dopamine hit first. When you're on semen retention, you're gonna be different. You're gonna be more present in life. You're gonna be more grounded. You're gonna be more aware of your current situation. You're gonna see opportunities that people blatantly miss. And most importantly, your dopamine hits is not gonna come from you watching Pornhub or smashing some girl that you didn't even like. Your dopamine hits is gonna be from you actually taking action in the real world and going out and going after your goals. That's where your dopamine is gonna come from. And so you're just gonna be more motivated to go get your goal and more motivated to go get your goal. It's simple. The next reason you'll stand out is because you'll no longer be driven by sex. You ever heard of the saying sex sells? Why do you think they say that? Seriously, look at every commercial out there. Look at every ad out there. They are trying to sell you with some kind of sex, some kind of sexual desire. And the reason they do that is because they know that is man's biggest weakness. They know that is the easiest way to get a man to come up out that wallet. They know that. Let's look at nightclubs. You ever wonder why they let girls in first? You ever wonder why they do that? It's because they know that once a guy sees a club full of girls, that man is gonna do whatever it takes on earth to get in that club. He's gonna pay $100 to cut the line, and they know once he gets inside, he's gonna be the one buying them drinks. And that's how they make their revenue. That's why they let girls in first. They are selling you again with sex. The good news is when you're on semen retention, you're not gonna be susceptible to that. You're gonna awaken and you're actually gonna be aware to these little tricks that they do to you. And on top of that, when all the other men on the planet are stepping into these thirst traps and losing a leg, you're just gonna gracefully bound over these thirst traps and look back at it and be like, Kanye shrug. The last reason you're gonna stand out is because you will no longer be distracted. In a world full of distractions, literally filled with every single reason in the world not to focus on your goals, you are going to be different. In a world full of zombie drifters, guys who bounce from job to job, guys who bounce from social media to porn, guys who have the attention span of a gnat, you're gonna have ultimate focus and control. And that's gonna make you stand out. You will be one of the few men who is sharp, steadfast, and focused. You will be the one with very clear goals and a fiery intention to go get those goals on top of that. You will be the one not drifting, but with every step you take, you will have a cold, calculated purpose. Can't you guys see it? Like, you will literally be the opposite of what everyone else is, and that will make you stand out. Your colleagues will be like, how's he working so hard? Your family will be like, he ain't the same as he used to be. Women will be like, he's not giving me all the attention that all the rest of these simps are. There's something different about him. He's different. I'll say this again and zoom in on me when I say this. Nothing great was ever accomplished by doing what the majority do. Take pride in being different. Take pride in walking a different path and go make a dent in the universe. I'm out. Peace.